Time to break Tales of the Jedi Episode 2 down, so let's get straight into it. We begin with Count Dooku and Qui-Gon traveling to an unnamed planet aboard a T6 shuttle, also known as a Jedi Ambassador shuttle. The two land in the middle of a dead forest on the outskirts of a town, and the whole place really reminds me of the planet Corvus from the Mandalorian. We see that the whole place is essentially standing on its last legs. Most of the droids have already malfunctioned, and those that remained are barely functional. The two enter the town and a dog barks at them. The villagers are all apprehensive and hesitant to make contact, and the episode clearly takes a lot of inspiration from the old Wild West films. The two enter a cantina, and one of the droids is a Roche Hive 8D series smelter droid, the very same type of droid reprogrammed to be a torture droid in Jabba's palace. As the two walk in, Dooku demands to know where the senator's son is. One of the villagers engages them in a conversation, and Dooku immediately pulls out his lightsaber, which is a highly aggressive move, very much un-Jedi-like. Dooku proclaims that they are here to resolve the situation, but the villagers immediately assume that Dooku is only here to help the senator. But before Dooku can respond, Qui-Gon steps in.
For the senator.
For everyone.
The villagers ask if they know about Senator Dagonet, and we learn that the policies of the senator have crippled the town for quite some time. Qui-Gon asks why the townspeople don't simply elect a new senator, to which the woman responds,
I wish it were that simple.
The difficulty with electing a new senator most likely has to do with the deep-rooted corruption. And throughout the whole episode, it's never made clear as to what the name of this planet is or where Qui-Gon and Dooku are. And this is sort of done intentionally to tell audiences that it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter where all this is taking place because Republic corruption and the negligence of Republic leadership is happening everywhere. Wherever Qui-Gon and Dooku are, it's not the only place suffering. It is then revealed that the kidnappers of the senator's son are the entire town. Really just goes to show how widespread the desperation is. The group heads to an abandoned barn where the Jedi find the senator's son, who is surprisingly quite receptive to the problems of the townspeople. The senator's son then goes on to tell the Jedi that he had no clue what was happening outside the capital city. Again, another reflection of how detached the government has been from the suffering around them. A town person then tells the group that the senator is coming, and the kidnappers accuse the Jedi of leading the senator here. But Dooku tells them that their presence is not known to the senator, which hints towards the fact that Dooku and Qui-Gon are not here on the orders of the Jedi Council, that they have decided to come on their own accord, which would align very well with how roguish Dooku and Qui-Gon were. As the senator arrived, it is revealed that one of the villagers gave up the kidnapper's location, desperate to find some food. The senator demands Dooku and Qui-Gon to arrest the kidnappers, but Dooku resists by telling him that their investigation is not complete. And the confrontation is a striking one, because on one hand, the kidnappers have committed a crime, but only out of desperation. A desperation brought on by a greater crime, that of the senator. The senator tells the Jedi to step aside, saying,
Step aside, Jedi.
A reflection of how the Senate has gotten so used to using the Jedi to run their errands, effectively becoming their lapdogs. But this younger Dooku is somewhat much more idealistic, insisting that they only serve the people of the Republic. It's also a reflection of Dooku's noble intentions, a basis for his character and why he would later become disillusioned with the Jedi Council. Both sides ready their weapons and a firefight ensues. As the battle continues, the townspeople are quickly cut down one by one, and if you notice, both Dooku and Qui-Gon take a very defensive stance to the battle, a choice that Dooku starts to reconsider when he sees the villagers fall one by one. Giving in to the dark side a little, Dooku decides to force choke the senator, and you can't really blame him for doing so. Seeing no alternative, Dooku believes that the only way out would be to kill the senator. Qui-Gon, on the other hand, clearly disagrees and is pushed away by his master, which goes to show their diverging paths, that while Qui-Gon agrees with Dooku on the injustice, he still chooses to follow the path of the Jedi to resolve the situation. Really just a hint of how much better of a Jedi Qui-Gon will eventually come to be. Qui-Gon frees the senator's son and just in time to save the senator. Interestingly enough, Qui-Gon's choice to follow the Jedi way might have much more of an impact compared to what Dooku would have done. By freeing the son who is far more empathetic to the townspeople, the son immediately starts to question his father's action, which might potentially influence the father to change for the better, whereas had Dooku's choice to kill the senator come to fruition, it wouldn't really have solved anything. And Qui-Gon's decision is proven right when the son commits to helping the townspeople and the soldiers help them with the repairs of the town, a choice which Dooku commends Qui-Gon for.
Well then, you're a much wiser man than I, Qui-Gon Jinn.
So that was the full breakdown of episode 2 of the Tales of the Jedi, and I have to say that it was a really good episode. So that's all for this video, and I will see you in the episode 3 breakdown. I am the Lost Acolyte,
and I have spoken.